Answer your name way. Answer your name way. Answer your name way. Inaluta way. Inaluta way. First of all, please, I am not doing Aluta. I learned the song at LASU, and that's one of the very beautiful things that I learned at LASU. And on this episode, we are going to be talking about the 4 lessons that I learned while I was at LASU. But before we start, this is Olayeni Dieko Daniels, popularly known as Dieko Spectre. And this is another episode of Dieko Talks Law. But right now, we're not going to be talking about law. We're going to be talking about mainly cruise, guy. What happened at LASU and the 4 lessons that I learned at LASU. Before we go straight into what those lessons are, the first thing is what was happening at LASU. I mean, LASU was having its annual INTERVERSITY DEBATE, and that is where they invite different schools to come and have a competition. This particular competition was a 3-day competition. The first one was a debate called Popper style, good day Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper and all that, while the second day was the presidential manifesto, where you are going to come stand like a president and then give a presidential speech. Your boy had the presidential speech, and I wouldn't say I killed it because I was so scared. And then we also have the last day, which was the finals, and it was also the Karl Popper style. So that's basically the LASU INTERVERSITY and all that, and it was a very beautiful experience, and that's what I want to walk you through, at least through the 4 things that I learned at LASU. So before we go to those 4 things again, another thing that I would like you to see is the night before, like the day we left, the night before, when we're doing rehearsals. Watch this video.
Thank you very much. That's number 2. You made mention. What's the second point?
Regulation.
High performance.
The third point was neutrality.
That rather than arming civilians, the government should reform or restructure the Nigerian police force. Ladies and gentlemen, I put it to you that the Nigerian citizens have lost all faith in the Nigerian police force, and this is because these officers have proven themselves to be corrupt, trigger happy, unreliable, and untrustworthy.
Well, I could not show my face because I was looking like scrap. I was trying to memorize presidential manifesto and I wasn't looking so good. And you can't just fresh guy, man, you can't just catch him. No, it doesn't work like that. So I needed to be good, and don't worry, you see my videos when I'm good, not the one that I look like. Guy, one fascinating thing about LASU, before I get into the 4 lessons, one fascinating thing about LASU, have you heard them do their student aluta thing? Hey, Chineke, when they started with the greatest Nigerian student thing, in my head, we from the poch part of Lagos, we were like Kilo Tuisha Wele, what's wrong with you? All of a sudden I just hear greatest Kaba, greatest Kobu. Hey, like I was literally having goosebumps, especially when they were also singing their LASU anthem, although it's almost like a replica of the Nigeria's old anthem, but it was like the student unionism, the student spirit is something that in my 5 years schooling in Unilag, I did not have it. Unilag is English, we know. When it comes to English, we are first in English language. Any small thing, spray. Guy, when you enter LASU, one fascinating thing about LASU again is that they speak Yoruba. Like, where you have lingua franca. The lingua franca of Unilag is English. Everybody knows that. When you see, you must start with all this, hello, what's up, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. In LASU, Miami, kilo pop now, those kind of things. And, like, you basically converse in Yoruba. That's like the beautiful thing. And also they do not even hide it in the way they dress or the way they speak, which is a very, very beautiful thing. They made the traditional thing look so beautiful, and then the greatest Kaba thing just topped it up, and I was like, damn. I would have said I would love to go to LASU, but I no do. Be like I say I go stick with my Unilag. So let's watch a video about that thing.
People
guy, when I was listening to this guy, he was like, guy. When the guy is talking, I was like, greatest cow, greatest shimo, greatest lao. I was like, oh my god. But when I told you the black guys about it, they were really fascinated. They were like, I know, uncle, what might happen? And I'm like, you guys. But then moving into the four interesting things that I learned from the LASU INTERVERSITY debate. The first thing is, guy, women are beautiful public speakers. Jesus. In this debate, when you're going for a competition and then it's more like men are always plenty, you just have one or two women. The flip was the stuff in this debate, like women were just so much. And in my team now, team of like 4, we had 3 girls and 1 boy. In almost all schools too, it was almost like that, 3 girls and 1 boy and stuff like that. So when they climb on stage, I just like, okay, let me press my phone and stuff like that. Guy, when they started speaking, almost all the girls, like, guy, they were just mad. But I think notable is Titilope Balkis, and you also have Olutoye Blessing from my school, Unilag. Titilope Balkis is from LASU, and you also have one other girl. Each of the 2 girls from UI, they were fire. They were literally fire. And also you have Uniben. Those people also tried, although there was something that happened, which I will talk about later in the video. But guy, they were fire. Just listen to some of them.
In a federal state, a police officer who first reports to the DPO, who will then report to the Deputy Commissioner of Police, who will then report to the Commissioner of Police, before he reports to the Assistant Inspector General of Police, before he reports to the Inspector General of Police, who will then report to the President. So, in terms of urgency, urgency, we score a lot of things in your territory. Because it has to take order from above. According to section 215, subsection 4 of the 1999 Constitution, it states, a state commissioner of police shall be at liberty to receive order from the federal government before taking action. So you see, it is highly commonsensical that we need a state police to curb insecurity.
Good Wayne. When will I stop spending 50% of my weekly allowance on one drink of advice? God Wayne. When will 20 leaves be sold for 20 naira again? Because this higher education is no longer affordable. God Wayne. When will Nigeria become the headquarters for Twitter? Who said it is not in abundance in Ghana? In 1983, Nigerians said Ghana must go. In 2021, Nigerians want to go to Ghana. God Wayne.
The Fulani headsmen started in way back as the 14th century, but is now a problem in 2021. Biafra started in 1967, but is still a problem in 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, just last week, the indigenous people of Oduduwa were still clamoring for a united nation of Yoruba people. This is all due to the fact that the federal government has refused to the state government full financial autonomy as regards their resources, thereby leaving bigger amount for the local government to in fact provide for the needs of these minority ethnic groups. With fiscal federalism, the local government can provide for these groups as well as encourage political participation of these ethnic groups, starting right from the grassroots.
And we are here to support the notion that the legalization of cannabis is a recipe for national disaster. The cannabis plant is a green, brown, gray mixture of shredded leaves, stems, roots, and flowers of the hemp plant Cannabis sativa. Now, cannabis is illegal in Nigeria for very good reasons, and I will be highlighting those reasons.
Breaking news. 21 unknown gunmen break into Agomambe boarding school and kidnap students and teachers alike. Bariso Bank has been robbed. 7 staff killed. 21 million carted away. Riot and chaos at Agamba Street as mother and child have been victims of gang
is our unfortunate reality as citizens of Nigeria. Living in a country where our lives and security are not as certain. As in the fleet of the second, the comment section of it, Nigeria will not be the end of me tweets can easily be filled with RIP. Okay?
The situation is even more terrible because despite the dangers we are facing, the Nigerian police force and other security agencies established by the government to protect Nigerian citizens have proven time and time again to be grossly incapable of such protection. Considering that Nigeria's population is estimated to be about 180 million, whereas the population of the police force is less than 400,000, meaning that the ratio is one police officer to 400 Nigerians, it can be deduced that the state is under-equipped to take charge of dangerous security situations. It is therefore logical for the state to allow individuals the capacity to take charge of their own security through the legalization of arms.
It was literally mad. It was mad. You know, when you search top public speakers, you will be likely find, you know, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, and things like that. Those people that, you know, if you are looking for a female, I think one of the females you see is Oprah Winfrey and stuff like that. And she's not even more of a public speaker, so to say, as, you know, motivational speaker. But trust me, women are very good at public speaking. It's like they have that fire. You know, when we guys are just going, we're like, oh, okay, let's just kill it, and we are just speaking English. Women, like, they carry fire. So when they get on stage, for example, when we are talking about Titilope Balkis, guy, with the analogy and the this and the that, I'm like, yeah? Is this the same competition that we came for? Because it be like, say, this girl, this is warfare. She's coming to fight battle. At the end of the day, it was really beautiful, and I really want to say thumbs up to the women that are really doing amazing things, and not just for public speaking, any endeavor whatsoever where you show that, you know, not only guys can do it. And I really want to say thumbs up to you guys. Let us go to the second interesting thing I learned from the LASU INTERVERSITY debate. One thing I've learned in public speaking is that you have to be unique and you have to be different, because here we have about 10 different people coming to talk in front of judges. These judges are going to listen to these 10 different people. They need something sparkling, they need something wow, you know, in whatever you are going to say. And then most of the time, you know, when people come, they usually want to replicate Obama, or they want to replicate Hitler, for those people who like blah blah blah. You know, Hitler is this blah 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 person, or they want to replicate, you know, some other people. But why don't you replicate yourself? Why don't you come and sell yourself out? Why don't you come and do something different? I think that that's something that Titilope Balkis did that was just, it was just wonderful, because she came with Ghana Must Go. When she was going to the podium, and then she carried Ghana Must Go, in my mind, oh God, we fighting with you. Ghana Must Go by. Do you understand? Like, you know, when you are a competitor in the program, and then your fellow competitor is carrying Ghana Must Go to the stage, and you are looking, what do you want me to carry? Do you understand? She was able to speak, command the whole auditorium to listen to her, command the judges to listen to her. You see, with the prop that she carried, I wanted to know how she wanted to use it. I listened to her from beginning to the end, because I literally wanted to see when she would use it. There were some points where I was recording her, as you could see when I played that video. There were some points where I was recording her, and then, you know, but because it was quite lengthy, I had to stop the recording because I wanted to see her use it. But she used it at the end, where she just did, she carried the Ghana Must Go, and she was like, boom. I can't remember very well what she said, but guy, it was mad. Do you be different? I can remember when I was doing my presidential speech, I wanted to talk, but I was very restrictive. There were so many things I wanted to say. My team members were like, no, the rules did not say this, the rules did not say this. And I'm like, I want to do something different. I mean, I want to really do something different and stuff like that. But I think the different thing that I did was, in my introduction, I started with the 3 language, and I wanted to say good morning. So I started with Hausa, Barka de Safia, Ye Unwana, Ye Nigeria. Then I went to Igbo, Otutuoma Ndi Nigeria, then I went to Yoruba, Ekaro, and Yomorili de Nigeria before I went into my story in itself. And I think that's the same thing I did in Babcock when I had the Babcock debate, where I asked a rhetorical question at the beginning just to catch people's attention. So, you know, those are the things, if you are going to be a public speaker and you're watching this video, those are the things that you need to know. Yes, listen to other people talk, listen to other public speakers talk, but when you want to talk, don't replicate them in what you are doing. Learn one or two things from what they've done and try to model it and come out with that originality in you, so to say, and then it is just going to be extremely beautiful. So moving on to the third thing about the InterVarsity debate that I learned. This is a very, very important lesson for everybody. When you are going for a competition, please and please do not judge that competition by the standard of your school where you are coming from. Judge the competition by their own standard. Do you understand? Don't say, oh, for example, there's this school UI. First of all, the UI participants were beautiful. Trust me, when they were on stage and I was listening to them talk, I was like, mad. You know, when you know that these people are definitely very, very good. Listen to this guy talk on stage.
My teachers who knowledge so that I can be sure of my ignorance. How would I be correct Mr. Paul? Mr. Paul used to walk around with a smile and a little bit of his chin. And one day he discovered that the also have ability students in our class could not speak proper English and could not face it around. But thanks to Mr. Paul, personal responsibility for this, and make sure that we came up to the assembly line every morning to attend the assembly and corrected our grammatical problems. Thanks to Mr. Paul today, I can stand this great audience today to convince you correctly that traditional system is better than homeschooling. And I'm sure that if Mr. Paul was in the audience today, he will be tapping his chest and saying, this is my philosophy, in whom I am.
Now, this was the third day when they've adhered to certain rules. In the first day, one thing that they do in UI is Jowo. You know, when I heard Jowo in my head, I was like, my baby Jowo. Then someone told me, oh, it's Jowo. I was like, oh, Jowo is like a public speaking competition in UI, open to every faculty where you come and debate. And there are certain rules of Jowo. For example, in Jowo, when you are debating, you don't move out of that spot that you are in. When you are talking, you stay on that spot. That's number one. Number two, when you are gesticulating, you see this one that I've been carrying my hand up and doing this, you don't do it when you are debating in Jowo. Your gesticulation should just be here, 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 here. Jowo, you don't bring Ghana must go as a prop. So when they saw the Ghana must go, in their own hearts, they felt that, oh, this person is going to be automatically disqualified, because by the rules of their own school, you don't do that. Yes, normal debate, you don't bring up a prop. And that's very, very true, because, you know, that's like the rules of debate. However, that's the rule in their school. The rule in their school is that you can do that. And I think coupled with that is the fact that the judges, which is a very important determining factor in every competition you go for, what kind of judges are there? Do you understand? So the judges there are Toastmasters judges. Toastmaster is a public speaking competition where they have their own rules entirely. So now these judges do not mind you walking out of your comfort zone when you are debating. These judges do not mind you using prop. These judges do not mind you gesticulating. These judges do not mind you doing things that ordinarily in Jowo, in University of Ibadan, you would have been disqualified. So because of that, in the first debate, when I was ranking the first debate, I ranked UI first. That was the first round. I ranked UI first. I ranked Unilag second. I ranked LASU third. Then Uniben fourth. But, you know, Unilag came first. LASU came second. UI came third. Uniben came fourth. Now, when this happened, UI, they were extremely angry. They said, no, this is a shitty debate. You don't do debates like this. You don't kinikon. You don't kinikon. And in my mind, I was like, yes, you are totally right. But you don't judge the standard of debate in another school by the standard in your own school. I believe that that is wrong. I would like to know what your opinion is on that. But I believe that it is wrong. I believe that it's their school. They set the standard of what they want. And you accepted the invitation when you came. So you accepted to be bound by their rules. Do you understand what I'm saying? So because of that, they became cranky throughout the program. They did not leave their room. When we were doing cruise nights, they did not come to meet us. I think only one came and then she left and all that. And I was like, winning is not everything. For real, winning is not everything. There are important contacts that you are going to have from things like this in future that you don't even need now, but in future. Networking, which is very pertinent for law students and students at large. Because if something didn't go your way does not mean you should just switch off the whole thing and stay in your room and say, no, I don't like what they did. The LASU INTERVERSITY debate personally is the most transparent. They release this course to everybody. They let us see what is going on. They let us understand that they are not controlling the judges. The judges are doing what they feel is best. So to me, it was good. So the third lesson to me is don't judge a competition by the standard of your school. Judge a competition by the standard of the school that is hosting. Do you understand? Then we go to the last interesting thing I learned at LASU INTERVERSITY debate, which should be a lesson for all. I really need to shout out to Uniben guys, because these guys are just wonderful. Guy, this is what happened. First day of the competition, everybody's tense, this is just like the level ground and all that. After Unilag spoke or something, LASU spoke and all that, it was time for Uniben. The girl that was the lead speaker, climb stage, she started talking. At some point she was stammering. I think I stepped out because I wanted to receive a call or something like that. By the time I entered inside, she was on the floor. Waiting days up. Because that was what was in my head. Like, what's going on here? And then I heard that, she had an asthma attack. On a normal day, that is supposed to automatically demoralize any competitor. The fact that your lead speaker in the first stage of the competition already had an asthma attack, that you are running helter-skelter to make sure that she survives it and everything. Health comes first, the competition comes second. In this case, they were trying to make sure that she got things all together. By the time she got things all together and then they came back, because I think they went to the next speaker while they were trying to get her together. That's the next school. By the time they go back to their school, they just said, come and talk. If it was me, make I no lie. Come and talk what? Because my lead speaker, isn't feeling too good. What am I coming to say? But then, I think it was Vomero. He went on stage and he spoke regardless. He did not let the fact that the group has been disoriented, he didn't let it affect him, which was something that was extremely beautiful. After that day, I was like, okay, they will go to the hotel, they will pack their things and be going on. These people continue to the next day, because it wasn't a knockout stage. It was accumulative. So first day scores added with second day scores added with third day scores. You understand? In my mind, I was like, they were bottom in first day. Why are you going to second day? These people weren't deterred. They said, no, we are going to do it regardless. They went, they did it. Even the third day, they still debated, knowing fully well that the chances of them winning is very, very slim. And I was like, no, this is something that I feel that every competitor should have. Winning is good, but winning is not the only thing. When experiences come in life, they are supposed to make us better people. Do you understand? While they were doing that, they were indirectly motivating other people. They were indirectly teaching other people. And that's what they didn't know. So they were doing it because they, first of all, I think it's part of them. And then they loved the whole thing. But at the same time, they made me and probably some other people see things from different perspectives. That winning is not the most important thing. Socializing, networking, learning, experiencing, those are things that form life. Do you understand? And I really want every other person to also take that, at least from everything that I've said so far, take that away. In a competition, try to win. But if you don't, it's fine. Just make sure that you are happy. Make sure that you do things to make every other person as well happy. That's the most important thing. And all that. Yes, I'm very sure at this point you guys will be saying, so yes, Dieko, where are you? We want to see you. Know that. Yeah, I know. Just chill. I'm coming. Yeah, so see my video. In
your orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, Barika the Safia, yeah, Unwana, yeah, Nigeria. Otutuoma Ndi Nigeria. I can go on and on, but because time is of the essence, I will say good morning, my fellow Nigerians. Standing before you is Olayemi Dieko Dance. And I'm representing the only security is one of Nigeria's biggest fights. In fact, in a lot of states in Nigeria, most of them don't sleep at night. The big grammar that is being spoken in our legislature is extremely unnecessary, and the morale high in the police form is not helping at all. This is the point where we need strategic thinking, and the answer, fellow Nigerians, is community policing. When I become the next president of this great country, I will make sure that every 36 states have its own security outfit. Not just that, all 774 local governments will have their own local security outfit for any health benefits. No public officer whatsoever will send their children out of this country for any educational benefit. Because if we cannot have it here, then they cannot have it there.
Yes.
I believe in that kind of Nigeria. We have been deceived so many times.
Guy, I was shaking in that video. Let's see all that suits that I'm wearing. Don't let it deceive you. I was shaking. That morning, I had not internalized my speech. I was still internalizing. I can never forget something that happened. Beside the hall where I was still trying to practice in front of a wall, you know, I was trying to practice. One girl just came from nowhere. I didn't know her. And then she came and then she was like, Dieko, I have watched your videos. I like your videos and things like that. You've helped me a lot. In my mind, I was like, hey, this is not what I did now. But at some point, she gave me confidence. She made me understand that I did something that I am actually good at. And the fact that I'm overwhelmed by tension right now does not mean that I cannot do it. But at that point, she didn't know what she was doing. She was helping me, you know, talk. She was helping me get myself together because I was literally freaking out. So you see why little acts done by you as well as every other person can make the world a better place sometimes. It doesn't necessarily that you have to be the president or this. Just that act of smiling, that act of acknowledging somebody, that act of saying one or two very good things about the person can really go a long way in a person's life. And that little act that she did on that day went a long way, because when I went on stage, even when I was trembling, there was this resounding voice telling me that Dieko, you are good at the end of the day and all that. And then we proceeded to the third day. So I hope you guys enjoyed my speech. You know, I mean, you know, it's Dieko. So so yes, the next question is, did we win the competition? Well, who else is supposed to watch the video, Jerry?
The third position of this year debate goes to, with 76%, is Opa. Team Opa. University of Ibadan. Please, the remaining two institutions, please step forward. Remaining two Sapphire and Team Orange. Team Sapphire and Team Sapphire. Team Sapphire and Team Orange. Like I said, they all do well, but definitely there will always be a winner. They are all winners, right? If you want me to announce the winner of this year's debate, can I hear you say, yeah? Are you sure? Ladies and gentlemen, the second position of the Inter-University LASU debate goes to Can I get a flashlight? With 81%. Second position, Team Safari. And ladies and gentlemen, we introduce you to the champion, the winner of the editor Inter-University debate. What's their institution? University of Lagos.
So yes, I know. You see, when I was on that stage, I was just jumping because I was fucking nervous. I was very nervous. I was like, do you understand? And at the end of the day, when we won, it was a very beautiful experience. I want to thank everybody that organized that particular competition. Tomiwa, Tiaminu, Aristotle, and the rest. God, you guys are just amazing. And then when we went for a cruise night, the cruise night was actually very fun. I'll just give you guys clips of the cruise night before I sign out on today's episode of Dieko Talks Law. It has been a wonderful thing talking to you guys. I hope to see you in my next episode. So now to the cruise night where we're talking about answer your name, answer your name, answer your name in a luta, inaluta,
Answer your name, answer your name, answer your name in a luta way. My name na Tomiwa, Ọmọ Alájà, Ọmọ Alájí, Ọkọ Olóṣó, Ajẹ́, President Faculty of Law, Lagos State University. Answer my name na luta way, na luta way. My name na Kaya, I am the Kaya, I am the Kaya, Beast of LASU, the great the victor, the son of Ika, I don't know water, I am saying that. Answer your name, answer your name in a luta way, in a luta way. My name na Aristo,